first make a motion to approve the entire slate except for Planning Commission, because I want that moved for separate discussion.
I second that motion.
Before we call for the vote, just want to make sure procedurally, is that fine if we do that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So there's a motion and a second, and again, this is to approve all but the Planning Commission. Madam Clerk, please call for the vote.
Councilmember Bernard,
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilmember Delgado,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Baca Santa Cruz,
Yes.
and Mayor Cabrera.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. And we'll go back to Councilmember Bernard.
I have a number of questions regarding Planning Commission. One of the main questions that I have is, while I hear a number of speakers up here, and I'm just going to be quite frank, I was reading through the applications and they are redacted, but then when we get to Mr. Ruiz's application, it looks like on the original application, Planning Commission was not even a selection. So what I would like to know is how we got from Planning Commission even being a selection and it being written down in third position. That's one question that I have. I also have another question regarding that application, because who wrote the third choice of Planning Commission? Because that's clearly not his writing. I'm no handwriting expert at all, not at all. But I can tell the ink is different. It looks like it was transposed, because his original appointments were Environmental and Historical Preservation Board, as well as Utilities and Commission Board. So, would City Clerk or anybody like to please elaborate on that?
Hold on, before you, there's also an additional question. It says, do you have any immediate family members serving on the city council or employed within the city of Moreno Valley? Is that same applicant not related to somebody on council?
I do not have, not to my knowledge, I don't know, I can't answer that, but I don't know, I'm not going to assume either.
Without saying who, there are rumors that that applicant may be tied to one of the council members' family members. So
I motion to just
I would
reject.
suggest that people look at policy 1.10, because there is a nepotism section within that particular policy. It's section 4 under eligibility, and it is item G. Now, there are,
Mr. City Manager, can I just clarify? He is not related to any members of the City Council. And he is here. He can also state that for the record himself, if he would like to. Just want to make sure we get that clear.
Doesn't matter.
And to answer Councilmember Bernard, that's a great question. So when I was putting together the staff report, I was checking all of my applications, all of the recommendations by the respective council members, and his did stand out because he did not have option number 3 listed. So myself, me doing my due diligence, I contacted him and I asked him, I said, you know, Mr. Jason Reese, I'm reviewing your application. I do notice and I do see here that you did not select the Planning Commission as one of your options. So, you know, I need to get clarification from you. And he said, oh yes, I spoke to a council member and they did recommend me to the Planning Commission. And I said, okay, so he spoke to the respective council member. So I moved forward with it and the mayor nominated Mr. Ruiz. Therefore, that is how he ended up on the slate.
I have a question in cleaning that up. Why would you call him initially if he has one choice, Planning Commission's not on there? Why would you call him to say, are you sure you don't want Planning Commission?
I did not do that because
I understand that you
Right.
didn't do that, but why would you call him to ask him about the Planning Commission?
Because he was being recommended.
But how did you
He was
know to
being-
call him?
By his council member.
He was being recommended by his council member, and then
It says
Folks-
each council member recommends or nominates one individual to fill the seat designated for their district.
I get it.
wait. Let's pause.
Dios mío.
Let's pause for a second. Members of the public, please. I'm giving a lot of leeway here. There's a lot of chatter coming from the back. It's really hard to hear everybody up here on the dais talking. If you could please be respectful. Please keep it down and let the council deliberate.
Okay,
Thank you.
so, and I'm not saying you did anything wrong. What I'm saying is something happened where you reviewed you were looking at his application and there wasn't a third choice so now what I get is you got a call from a council member stating, I recommend Mr. Ruiz.
I actually contacted Mr. Reese when I was looking at the applications.
So, council, let me go back as an independent person looking at this. The way this process works is applications are received, you guys look at them, you then select your candidate for your district. It then gets sent from the city clerk to the mayor. The mayor then decides what his slate will be. The slate is provided to the city clerk. She then goes through her due diligence and looks at the applications compared to the slate, and in doing so, she noticed that planning commission wasn't on there.
That clears it up exactly. And my point to that is, city clerk, is somehow, some way you were prompted to give Mr. Ruiz a call. Because somebody nominated him, doesn't matter who, and I don't really care. I was just wondering how you even got to call him. So that clears it up perfectly. Thank you.
And I do want to thank our city clerk for doing that, because in the past, there's been situations where this council has confirmed nominees where the commission that they were appointed to was not listed on the application. So I appreciate our city clerk now going that extra step to make sure that any of those situations, it's clarified on the application. So appreciate you clarifying that, Madam Clerk.
So to finalize the answer, back to Councilmember Bernard, the initials are my initials, confirming that I spoke to Mr. Jason Reese, and I did verbally let him know, because you did not list the Planning Commission as your option 3, I am gonna make note of this on your application for transparency.
Thank you for that, City Clerk. I appreciate that. And so I just looking at even just that, and I get it, everyone can select and everyone can do, and it is a recommendation of the mayor's slate, whatever. I think one of the same problematic issues that I have too is that I am looking at this, and I already have Councilmember Delgado saying that there was a recommendation on here that for whatever reason he didn't recommend that move forward. And so now I'm looking at this entire thing, and where as one member of the community put it, we are back at square one. And I'm going to be very nice about it, nicer than other people have been on Planning Commission when they've given their closing comments, and they're probably going to go to the next Planning Commission meeting and make yet another closing comment and just say that, you know, either you want new blood on your Planning Commission or you don't. Either you really want people's input or you do not. And as far as I am concerned, hearing some of the concerns that are coming up, I personally do not feel comfortable with this Planning Commission slate. And that is where I stand at with it today. You all may deliberate, do what you want. I've been on the losing side of votes before, but I don't feel comfortable with this planning slate at all. One, because apparently there was a conversation, it wasn't even Mr. Reese's original idea to go to planning, because there's no list about when was the last time he attended a planning commission meeting, anything like that on there. We moved through other applicants that were recommended that Mr. Delgado had no say-so in, and last time all of this happened, we had a young person whose status was exposed. So that also frustrated me too. So, you know, maybe at some point, we'll be able to do this in a manner that's fair and one where everyone is on the same page instead of what I think is happening here, which is people trying to maneuver and get the people that they want so that they can get what they need for whatever reason.
So with that, I want to clarify again. I want to say, excuse me, I've already asked once, now twice. If you could please keep it down. Thank you. So I want to further clarify again, because I was honestly surprised when I saw the 2 recommendations for primary seat on the Planning Commission. I saw Joanne Steffen and then Denise Jimenez. I was surprised,
100%
and I'm not saying that you did it.
100%.
I'm just telling you what was shared with me from staff, right? I triple, quadruple checked because I was surprised.
So you didn't call me.
Well, Brown Act, I can only talk to one other council member, like outside of
No,
a
you
public.
could, you could call and ask to clarify, hey, just clarify, you approved her or you recommended her?
I think I would rather not take that risk where we're, more than one. I mean, do we respect the Brown Act or not? Like, we can't talk to more than
Absolutely,
one
if you
council
felt
member.
that was gonna be a
I'd rather
violation of
err
right,
on the side of
I
caution.
totally respect
right?
that, but.
I don't want to get us into any kind of issues. I'd rather have that conversation.
And you know
up
why you
here,
were
so.
surprised, Mr. Mayor? Because her name never came up out of my mouth. My two choices back in May of 2025 were that are on there now from District 2. Now I don't even see, I see one member of District 2 and then an alternate.
So, yeah, so again,
Your choice, not mine.
So I want to clarify that I was going based off of what staff sent me. So if Denise Jimenez was not your recommendation, then let's take that off of the list.
But why
right?
isn't she if that's the case, why isn't she a full member versus an alternate?
So currently there's one member of District 4 on the Planning Commission. That is Ray Baker, right? Councilmember Bernard is not recommending him to be reappointed. She's recommending Ronald Dudek and Stan Yambo. So in trying to figure out, again, there's not going to be perfect proportional representation. One district is going to have one less member. So I'm open to making changes now that we've clarified that Denise Jimenez is not one of your recommendations. We can take her out of
I don't
that
even
list.
know Denise Jimenez. If I saw her, I truly do not. And no disrespect to Denise, I don't even know her. I literally do not know her. Is she in the room?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so that didn't occur.
So
and
we've
that's a
got that-
miscommunication between the city clerk and myself. So I'll take that. But I don't. Are we gonna really hash this out again? Because nothing has changed since May. Nothing has changed. The couple players have changed, but the mentality of why this is the way it is has not changed. My mind is boggled. I don't know the end game here. I really don't.
So I guess I'll ask, do you have any recommendations for changing this?
Yes.
These nominees to the Planning Commission, who would you like to
I would
change?
like
What
to-
changes would you like to make?
Okay, I would like to remain District 2 with Joanne Steffen and David Zeitz. And if you guys agree that Adam Hall should be an alternate member, I'm good with that.
Okay, so let's, based off of that, we can remove Denise Jimenez as a alternate recommendation or nomination. But the question now will be if you want to, and their support for putting Joanne Steffen on a primary seat, someone else has to come off of a primary seat. And so I would look to the rest of the council to see if there's any desire to relinquish one of those seats to allow Joanne Steffen to take one of those primary seats.
Well, here's the other thing. Joanne Steffens isn't even in the agenda, so we can't, her application isn't in here.
It's not on the agenda, but
Yeah, at this point,
Joanne and David can continue on if we just rejected the planning commission
That's how-
slates. So,
yes,
yeah.
per the
so we
policy,
could-
if for some reason a new slate is not approved tonight, the continuing planning commissioners as they stand now would continue until a
I'm
new
okay with
slate
that.
is approved.
I motion to reject the planning
correct.
commission slate. Can I get a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. Is there any further deliberation? Okay. Madam Clerk, please call for the vote.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilmember Bernard,
Yes.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
No.
Councilmember Delgado,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Baca Santa Cruz,
Yes.
and Mayor Cabrera.
No.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I do want to congratulate also all of the commissioners who were confirmed, everyone but the Planning Commission. Congratulations, and look forward to seeing you get sworn in.